Hello, guys. Welcome back. So, I got the most lovely thing from the universe this morning, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? And as I was listening to this particular song on the classical radio station, I'm like, he can't possibly know. He can't possibly know what that song's from. I looked over at Loki and I said, Are you responsible? And he's like, No. And I'm like, That means yes, doesn't it? No. And I'm like, Yeah, that's a yes. I wake up, and if you guys remember, I have a game based on the Titanic. And the main theme from the Scott Joplin song they play in that game is playing on the radio. And I'm freaking out because this is the other Titanic game, the one where you're completely alone. And when you first go on, it's like being to be able on an elegant cruise ship all on your own, and you're running around, you're having fun, and everything's alone, everything's alone. And then about an hour or so into this game, is you're wandering around, because that's all it's meant to be as a model, and they never completed it, so you can't get this game now. It starts to get a little creepy because nothing is finished. And to make that game even more fun, if you want to find out what it was like for the people that didn't make it, they have a fun simulator you can play where it's impossible. You're almost certainly going to die, where you can try to escape the sinking Titanic. And instead of just letting you run upstairs, which is what people would have done, all of a sudden there's like these locked doors and you have to go run and, cut stuff. And I've, you know, researched the Titanic, but I don't remember ever hearing something about, yeah, X amount of people died because they were trapped. It might have been, I might not be remembering it, but I'm like, this is some bullshit right here. Like, as soon as the water starts coming in, you can't just start running up the stairs. It's like this door's locked and you need this damn key and you need this toolkit and you need to cut this door. It's, you're almost guaranteed to die. You will run out of time. I don't know why once you get up to a certain level, like you can get up to a certain deck and you're up on the deck, right? You would think you would just jump off the damn ship at that point. I mean, you're taking your chances, but that's better than going down with the ship. And I'm like, why the hell wouldn't you have jumped off at that point? Yeah, you're jumping off into cold water and you're taking your chances, but it's a hell of a lot better than just getting sucked down with the ship. So I'm like, I would have jumped for it, but no, you have to try to, I don't know, keep going up. And I'm like, oh no, I would have just jumped and taken my chances. But I kept drowning on the Titanic. So it was a fun song to hear first thing in the morning. And I said to Loki, I said, do you arrange this? No. You did, didn't you? No. And I'm like, you're not funny. Ah. And he's in good spirits. We're supposed to be getting an order today, so his little foxy tail's going back and forth and back and forth. He's waiting to see if we got some more weird orders because this happens all the time with Walmart orders anyhow, where I get stuff I didn't order and stuff I ordered never comes. At this point, as long as I get boxes with something in it, I will be happy. As long as it's nothing totally useless like baby diapers or something. I mean, I would give those to somebody, but now we don't know. So it's like, hopefully it's like something in the ballpark. If it isn't what I ordered, then it's something like they comp me out something, pretty good. So it'll be interesting. We're waiting to see. It's almost like Christmas. We're waiting to see if the orders come in, and if they do come in, if we're going to get what we ordered, or are we going to get something else? And Lucky's like, yeah, it's a game. And we got caught. Mammon wasn't around this morning, so we went on Steam and we were looking around. We were looking for free games. We go on a couple times a day, and we just, sometimes you gotta spend hours and hours. And for every game I bring you guys, I've got to play like at least 5 to 10 games that are just a no for me. It's not that there's anything wrong with them, it's just that sometimes they won't translate well to YouTube. And I've always thought maybe, certain times maybe we will go back to those and I will tell you, hey, this isn't really the best game for YouTube. It was clearly not designed for YouTube because if a game's designed for YouTube, you can kind of tell. But it's free and you guys are kind of stuck at home. I was even thinking of showing you guys a couple jigsaw puzzle packs where they have like 20 or so free games. A lot of them now are starting to get like more and more free games. Um, and the pack itself is either free, the initial pack, or it's like a buck or so. So if you guys would be interested in that, let me know, because I swear I can't read minds. And we have some puzzle games that we picked up. And again, if I show you something and it's like not on a sale price, they always go on sale. Just put it on your wish list. But they had a stay-at-home sale, and I was so excited. And I went to click on the game, and I heard no. I'm like, where did Mammon even come from? I just want to look. I told you no. Do you know the game not only didn't come up, but the stay-at-home sale disappeared for me, and I looked all over Steam for it. And Emma said, no, absolutely not. I told you no. I just want to look. No. You can look at free. You want to look at something on sale? 100% off. Look at free. But he's doing his job. He's the accountant around here. He knows we'll get bored and we'll spend all of our money not meaning to, and that's his sacred duty around here to tell us no. He knows. We'll just wander around. If you left me to my own devices, I would really need to be like a millionaire or billionaire because I would just buy random stuff all day long. I don't have an addiction. It's just I'm like a child. I see something, oh, that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. I really have to have somebody around to keep me in line. And Loki's even worse than I am. Loki would be the one, so would Odin too, that you'd walk in a store and you would come out with like half the store and they'd be like, wasn't that fun? We went looting. And you pay for it, but you know what I mean. You know Odin, the god of the Vikings, he very much likes the idea of going into a store, finding all the bargains, and walking out with a hoard of stuff that you probably don't even need. He's not always practical, where Mammon is extremely practical, and Mammon will look at stuff and go, you weak people in the first world, and just remember it's terrible. So, we have to sometimes bargain with him for stuff we consider necessities here. It's gonna sound gross, but you ladies know, at least around that time of month, we consider panty liners a necessity. Yes, not all women use them, but most do. I had to convince him it is something women want because it's either we spend the money on that or we spend the money on, doing other stuff more often. I said, dude, honestly, it's like it's probably cheaper just to get the liners. I don't personally like wearing liners. I don't think any woman does, but it's like that's what they're there for. And I had to argue with him, and he's very much where he thinks it's a luxury, and I'm trying to tell him no, that's kind of like a hygienic thing. So I do have them on order. I convinced him. I said, look, it's a hygienic thing. I don't know if it's that you're so uber male, you've never thought of this. I said, but it's a hygienic thing. At least around, that time of month for like the week before and like the week after, a lady would like to have something. I'm really low on supplies, so it's like I hope they ship pretty quickly. And sometimes with these old gods, they come from before the time you had any idea of any of these liners or sanitary stuff or toilet paper or anything. So you sometimes do have to bargain with them and be like, look, this is something we need in the modern day. We have these cleanliness standards now. It's a waste of money. No, it's not. It's like a cleanliness thing. So sometimes we have to work with them. Mammon's the only one like that. Odin's kind of like, since he's so attached to war, he's more like a battle medic. And if it has to do with keeping things sanitary and clean, he's pretty damn good about it. He's like, yeah, that'll make you feel comfortable. You'll relax. We won't be hearing about it. Go ahead, place the order. So sometimes Odin actually takes over and goes shopping with me on Walmart, and he's like, you need that, 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 and that. And I don't care what he says. This isn't a luxury. This is a basic sanitary need. You get those things and don't worry about it, and I will deal with him. So, we're doing good, and we're talking about how, we should have invested in toilet paper back in, 2019, but we have plenty. It would just be like now you could be out in a street corner selling this stuff, right? So it's surreal, and some of the gods have been laughing because from their, how long they've been around, that the main thing humans are worried about now is toilet paper. They find it endlessly amusing. I'm like, hey, we have certain standards today, and that is one of them. And they laugh and laugh, and I even watch these videos. I don't need it. Like, I'm good for months because, being disabled, I buy stuff in advance, and thankfully, I bought stuff in advance. And I was watching this woman and she's doing like Depression era stuff of like, you know how they used to use like the Sears catalog and they used to use, this is gonna sound gross, but this is what they used to have to do. My grandmother told me, and I go, gross. And I'm like, well, that's what my grandmother did. They would use a washcloth and they would use water, and that's all they had. It sounds gross and highly unsanitary, but if that's what you come to, that's what you come to. You'll get through it. Just practice cleanliness procedures and try not to think about it. So it's just, it's one of those things. I know it sounds gross, and today it would be considered unsanitary, but that's what they had at one time. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. And I can't believe we're talking about toilet paper in desperate times, but it kind of shows you how we are as a species. Most people would be, making sure they have medical supplies or food or, something else. We're worried about toilet paper. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you later. Bye.